ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves, because what I'm about to drop on you tonight isn't just a scandal. It's a betrayal so bold, so dirty, and so jaw-dropping that it has the entire hip-hop community gasping for air. Imagine this. You think you're about to become a father. Your heart is wrapped around the idea of a child, and the woman you love keeps whispering, "It's yours." But behind closed doors, she's laughing, scheming, and celebrated with another man, the very man you once called brother. Sounds like a Netflix thriller, right? Wrong. This is the real-life chaos of Lil Durk, King Von, and Asian Doll. For months, whispers filled the air. Fans speculated, blogs teased, shady posts popped up, but no one saw this twist coming. DNA results have shattered Durk's world. And instead of grief, Asian Doll is throwing parties with Von, practically dancing on the grave of Durk's trust. Who does that? And let's not forget, this isn't just celebrity drama. It's betrayal weaponized, a love triangle turned into a ticking time bomb. So buckle up, because the truth behind Asian Doll's double life is darker, juicier, and far messier than anyone dared to imagine. Are you ready for the full betrayal breakdown? Because once we start, there's no going back. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we dive into a scandal so messy, so jaw-droppingly explosive, that it's making even the wildest hip-hop controversies of the past look like playground gossip. Because let's face it, when you hear the names Asian Doll, Lil Durk, and King Von in the same sentence, you already know something chaotic is about to unfold. But trust me, this one isn't just messy, it's betrayal on steroids. The stage is set. Lil Durk, one of the most influential rappers of his generation, carrying the weight of fame, street ties, and endless drama. Asian Doll, the queen of controversy, the headline snatcher, the woman who seems to thrive on shock value. And then King Von, the late drill icon whose legacy continues to stir emotional reactions from fans across the world. But now, in a shocking twist, Von's name is back in circulation. Not for his music, but for a baby scandal that's rocking the culture. So what's the tea? Reports, whispers, and so-called exclusive leaks are pointing to one jaw-dropping claim. Asian Doll allegedly lied to Lil Durk about a baby, telling him it was his, when in reality, she was sneaking behind the scenes with none other than King Von. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the alleged DNA results have dropped, and the bombshell couldn't be bigger. The child is not Durk's at all, it's Von's. Now pause for a second. Can you imagine the betrayal? The humiliation? For years, Lil Durk's brand has been tied to loyalty, family, and his street-certified image. And then suddenly the scandal drops, shaking that very foundation. Fans are already labeling it the ultimate betrayal. Social media has exploded with reactions, memes, conspiracies, and hashtags like #DurkPlayed and #VonBabyTruth trending within hours. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's rewind. How did we even get here? This story didn't start overnight. Oh no. This is years of drama, feuds, love triangles, and blurred lines all crashing together in one scandalous reveal. It all started when Asian Doll first entered Von's world. She wasn't just some side character. No, she was front and center. Their relationship was chaotic, public, and emotional. Fans loved their chemistry, their back and forth, their ups and downs. And when Von tragically passed, Asian Doll became the self-proclaimed queen of his legacy. She tattooed his face, wore his chains, cried on live, and claimed no one could ever replace him. But then entered Lil Durk, already Von's close friend and collaborator. Durk's connection to Asian Doll was complicated from the start. Rumors swirled that there was tension, maybe even romantic sparks, though both played coy. Yet, the whispers grew louder when Asian Doll was spotted hanging out with Durk on multiple occasions, fueling speculation that something deeper was happening behind the scenes. And that's when the baby rumors began. According to anonymous insiders, yes, those shadowy figures who seem to pop up whenever drama reaches boiling point, Asian Doll confided in close friends that she was pregnant and suggested that the father was none other than Durk. Cue the internet explosion. Fans were divided. Some called her a clout chaser. Others accused Durk of betrayal to Von's memory. The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. But now, with the DNA bombshell supposedly out, everything flips. Because if the whispers are true, The entire narrative shifts from Durk being the father to Vaughn's name resurfacing in the most shocking way possible. Imagine Durk sitting there, blindsided, realizing he'd been played, while Asian Doll and Vaughn's name are suddenly linked through the so-called baby celebration. And let me tell you, the alleged details are even wilder. According to one leaked message thread floating around on Reddit, Asian Doll was caught laughing with friends about keeping Durk hooked while secretly knowing the truth. The message reportedly said, "He really think it's his, but Vaughn always gone be my one." Now, can we confirm the authenticity of these messages? Not officially, but let's be real. When it comes to scandals like this, the smoke usually comes from a very real fire. Meanwhile, fans are already taking sides. Team Durk is outraged, saying he doesn't deserve this public humiliation, especially after years of loyalty to OTF and Vaughn's legacy. Team Asian, however, is clapping back, saying she has a right to move however she wants and that nobody owns her narrative. And then, of course, you got Team Vaughn's loyal fan base, who see this as proof that Vaughn's influence is still alive and untouchable, even from beyond. But here's the kicker, folks. While Durk is left looking like the victim in this twisted story, sources claim he might not be taking the L quietly. Word on the street is that Durk has his own receipts and may be ready to expose Asian Doll in ways she never expected. And that's where we leave off for now, because the deeper you dig into the scandal, the darker it gets. The alleged text messages, the fan theories, the supposed hospital records, all that paint a picture of betrayal so deep, it could rock Durk's empire and rewrite Vaughn's legacy forever. First, let's talk about the alleged cover-up. According to one anonymous nurse from a Chicago clinic, yes, you heard that right, there were records of Asian Doll coming in for prenatal care under a different last name. The report claims she used an alias to prevent any leaks, but here's where it gets juicy. Apparently, on the intake forms, she listed the father as VO. Fans instantly connected the dots. Vaughn's initials. Coincidence? Or a massive slip-up in her attempt to keep Durk fooled? Meanwhile, Durk's camp has been whispering behind closed doors. Sources close to OTF allegedly revealed that Durk was suspicious from the beginning. One insider told Rap Leaks Daily, Durk kept saying the timelines didn't add up. He was like, nah, this don't feel right. But he wanted to believe her. He really did. Imagine the humiliation. Believing you're about to be a father, only to later realize you were just a placeholder in someone else's drama. But it doesn't stop there. Social media detectives, those relentless fans who could give the FBI a run for their money, started pulling receipts of their own. They dug up old Instagram lives where Asian Doll was seen referencing Vaughn in the most cryptic ways. One resurfaced clip shows her saying, "Y'all don't understand. Vaughn gone live on forever. Y'all gone see." At the time, fans thought it was about his music. Now, they're convinced it was about the baby. And while all this was happening, Durk was getting dragged mercilessly online. Twitter exploded with memes of him holding baby bottles with captions like, "Durk taking care of another man's legacy." The hashtag DurkDupe trended for over 48 hours. One viral TikTok even showed a montage of Durk looking stressed in interviews with the caption, "When you find out it's not your kid." Brutal. But wait, it gets even darker. Reports claim that while Durk was dealing with this alleged betrayal, Asian Doll and Vaughn's name were being celebrated in secret. According to leaked footage, grainy clips that supposedly came from a private gathering, Asian Doll was seen at what fans are now calling a Vaughn baby celebration. In the video, balloons, champagne, and Vaughn's music blasting in the background set the scene. One witness even claimed Asian raised a toast, saying, "Vaughn forever. His bloodline continues." Now, is the video real? Some say it's staged. Others swear it's authentic. Either way, the narrative is already spread like wildfire. Meanwhile, Durk's silence is deafening. Publicly, he hasn't said a word. No tweets, no subliminals, no press statements. And that silence, it's only fueling the speculation. Fans believe he's plotting a response. Word is, he might drop music addressing betrayal, turning pain into profit the way rappers always do. But behind the scenes, insiders say Durk feels humiliated. He's hurt, bro. One supposed friend told Hip Hop Wire. He trusted her, and now it's like the whole world laughing at him. And speaking of the world laughing, let's not forget the fans. Public reaction has been chaotic. Team Vaughn supporters are celebrating, saying Vaughn deserves to be honored. One fan tweeted, "Vaughn won even from the grave. That's legacy right there." Meanwhile, Team Durk stans are furious. Another fan wrote, "How dare she use Durk like that? He held Vaughn down, he carried OTF, and this is the thanks he gets." The debate has gotten so heated that some fan pages have even shut down their comment sections to avoid total meltdown. But ladies and gentlemen, this wouldn't be a proper scandal without a conspiracy theory or two, right? And oh boy, the internet has delivered. Some fans are convinced that Asian Doll orchestrated the entire thing as a publicity stunt. They claim she knew the baby wasn't Durk's, but kept him hooked for maximum attention, ensuring her name stayed trending. Others believe Durk might have known all along, but played along for reasons no one can quite figure out. Some say loyalty to Vaughn, others say pure fear of public backlash. And then there's the wildest theory of them all, that this baby isn't even Vaughn's or Durk's. Yep, some corners of the internet are speculating there's a mystery third man in the picture. Screenshots are floating around of alleged DMs where Asian Doll was seen texting another rapper, name redacted, of course, around the same time. Could the biggest betrayal of all be that neither Durk nor Vaughn is a father? The internet loves chaos, and this theory is only adding fuel to the fire. But here's where it gets even spicier. Allegedly, Durk has been gathering his own receipts. Anonymous blogs claim he's hired a private investigator, yes, a full-blown PI, to dig into Asian Doll's timeline, travel history, and phone records. If this is true, we're not just talking about hurt feelings anymore. We're talking about legal battles, lawsuits, and reputations getting dragged through the mud in ways we've never seen before. Now imagine this. The baby scandal isn't just drama for clicks. It could turn into a courtroom circus. Durk potentially suing for defamation or emotional distress. Asian Doll firing back with her own legal team. Vaughn's name getting dragged into legal documents, reigniting old wounds for fans and family alike. It would be the kind of media storm that makes the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial look like small talk. And through all of this, Asian Doll continues to play the social media game. One day, she's posting cryptic captions like, "Y'all don't know the half." The next, she's showing off luxury shopping sprees, fueling rumors that she's profiting off the drama. Her Instagram stories are a roller coaster, crying one minute, flexing designer bags the next. Fans are calling it manipulation. Her critics are calling it the clout chase of the century. But one thing is clear, she's staying relevant, and that might be her ultimate goal. And ladies and gentlemen, we're only scratching the surface here, because in part 3, we explore the potential fallout. What happens if the scandal truly explodes into the mainstream? What does it mean for Durk's career, Asian Doll's reputation, and Vaughn's legacy? Could this lead to labeled drama, canceled deals, or even criminal investigations? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we arrive at the fallout. The scorched earth aftermath of what fans are already calling the most toxic love triangle in hip-hop history. Forget rap beefs, forget diss tracks. This is legacy warfare. And the blast radius is spreading faster than wildfire. The first wave of consequences? Public image destruction. Lil Durk, once hailed as a voice of the streets, is now being memed into oblivion. Sponsors who once lined up for partnerships are allegedly reconsidering their brand alignment. Translation? Companies don't want to be associated with someone who looks like he got clowned in front of the entire internet. Rumors are swirling that one major fashion label quietly backed out of a deal, citing unnecessary controversy. Ouch! Meanwhile, Asian Doll is leaning into the chaos like it's a runway show. Insiders claim she's already in talks to sign a reality TV deal. Yes, you heard that right. A network executive allegedly told StreamLeak Daily, "Scandal sells. Viewers eat this up. We're thinking a spin-off show that follows Asian navigating motherhood and drama. Its ratings gold." Can you imagine turning betrayal into a brand? Only in 2025, folks. But let's not forget the most important piece, Vaughn's legacy. Fans are divided right down the middle. Half the crowd believes his baby celebration secures his immortality. One supporter wrote, "Vaughn lives forever. His blood runs through the next generation." But the other half? They're furious, arguing that dragging his name into a love triangle diminishes his memory. One angry tweet went viral. "Vaughn was about music and loyalty. This circus ain't it. Stop playing with his name." And here's where it gets even crazier: legal tremors. Rumors are swirling that Durk is preparing to sue for emotional damages, alleging he was misled, humiliated, and financially exploited. If he files, Asian Doll could be dragged into court, forced to testify under oath about timelines, paternity tests, and every messy detail. Imagine those headlines. Rapper testifies about baby scandal in courtroom circus. TMZ wouldn't even have to try. But the fire doesn't stop there. Industry insiders claim OTF, Durk's label, is in panic mode. Executives allegedly held a late-night emergency meeting to discuss damage control. One exec reportedly slammed the table and shouted, "We can't have our star looking like a fool. This could cost millions." And you know what that means. Potential contract renegotiations, pressure for a hard-hitting comeback album, or even whispers of dropping artists associated with the drama. And ladies and gentlemen, if you thought the fan reactions were explosive before, buckle up, because the backlash is spilling into real life. Reports claim heated arguments have broken out at clubs and concerts between Team Durk and Team Asian supporters. One security guard even told Rap Insider, "It's wild. People throwing drinks, chanting Vaughn's name in Durk sets, and vice versa. It's chaos every weekend." The scandal isn't just online anymore. It's bleeding into the streets. And the memes? Oh, they're relentless. Picture Durk's face photoshopped onto Maury's stage with a caption, "You are not the father." Or TikToks where fans reenact Asian Doll handing over a fake DNA test, complete with clown music in the background. It's savage, it's viral, and it's making the situation 10 times worse. Now here's the kicker. Politicians are chiming in. Yes, you heard that right. A Chicago alderman allegedly used the scandal as a talking point, saying, "Our community needs less drama and more responsibility from public figures." Can you imagine? A baby betrayal turning into political ammunition. That's when you know this has crossed from gossip into mainstream chaos. And it doesn't end there. Conspiracy theories are mutating like wildfire. Some fans claim Vaughn's family secretly knew about the baby all along and kept quiet to protect his image. Others believe the entire thing is staged, that Asian and Durk cooked this up behind the scenes as a joint publicity stunt. According to this theory, the betrayal angle is fake, and the real father storyline was manufactured to boost streams and keep their names in constant rotation. Crazy? Maybe. But in this era of viral marketing, nothing's off the table. But let's circle back to Durk, because the silence can't last forever. Fans are convinced he's about to break it in the most dramatic way possible, through music. Anonymous producers are whispering that he's already recorded a diss track, allegedly titled "Truth Hurts." The lyrics? Supposedly brutal, calling out lies, betrayal, and fake love. If this track drops, it won't just be music, it'll be war. And you better believe every lyric will be dissected like scripture by fans and blogs alike. Meanwhile, Asian Doll is doubling down. She's posting baby emojis, cryptic quotes about loyalty, and photos that fans swear contain hidden messages. One IG story even showed a baby's pacifier with a caption, "Legacy secured." The internet lost its mind. Durk stans accused her of mocking him. Vaughn supporters hailed it as proof of victory. Neutral fans? They're just grabbing popcorn, watching the circus unfold in real time. And if you think the industry isn't paying attention, think again. Other rappers are already using the scandal as subliminal ammo. One rival artist dropped a freestyle with the line, "Durk thought it was his, but Vaughn got the crown." Shots fired, and fans instantly connected the dots. That's the thing about hip-hop. One scandal fuels 10 new feuds. So what's next? Let's lay it out. Legal firestorm. If Durk sues, we're looking at depositions, subpoenas, and possibly even DNA tests becoming public record. Music war, diss tracks, subliminals, and maybe even a full album dedicated to betrayal. Public backlash. Fans dividing further. Clubs turning chaotic, and social media drowning in memes. Legacy crisis. Vaughn's name forever tied to scandal, overshadowing his music for a whole new generation. Reality TV clout chase. Asian doll flipping betrayal into profit, potentially landing her the reality spotlight she's been craving. And ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just a scandal anymore. This is a full-blown cultural earthquake. A betrayal so messy, so public, and so viral that it's going to leave scars on everyone involved. Durk, Vaughn, Asian. Their names will forever be linked to one of the most chaotic baby dramas hip-hop has ever seen. But the real question is, who actually wins here? Does Durk come out stronger, turning heartbreak into hit records? Does Asian Doll emerge as the queen of controversy, leveraging scandal into fame? Or does Vaughn's legacy, loved and mourned by fans, become the ultimate winner as his name continues to dominate headlines years after his passing? Because in this game, truth doesn't matter as much as perception. And perception? Right now, it's a battlefield. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the betrayal, the chaos, the heartbreak, and the aftermath that no one saw coming. From secret DNA tests to social media explosions, this scandal has turned into something far bigger than just a love triangle. It's a cultural earthquake shaking the foundations of rap, loyalty, and legacy. But here's the question I leave you with. Who really comes out on top? Is it Lil Durk, standing bruised but unbroken, ready to turn pain into platinum records? Is it Asian Doll, who just might flip betrayal into a brand, securing headlines, interviews, and maybe even her own reality TV deal? Or is it King Vaughn, whose name and legacy are once again immortalized in a saga fans won't stop talking about? And let's be honest, could this entire thing be staged? Could Durk and Asian have played us all, masterminding a scandal so outrageous that we can look away? Stranger things have happened in this industry. And when cloud is a currency, deception is just another investment. Now, I need to hear from you, the people who really decide how this story gets remembered. Was Durk betrayed, or did he ignore the red flags from the start? Did Asian Doll cross the line, or is she just playing the same game the industry plays with her? And most importantly, where does Vaughn's legacy stand now? Drop your thoughts, your theories, and your wildest predictions in the comments below. Because trust me, this saga is far from over. And if you want the real truths, the dirt nobody else dares to dig up, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next bombshell. Because in this game, the next twist is always just one headline away.